New Zealand is a former British colony, and the UK became their biggest trade partner. By the 1950s, people here enjoyed some of the highest incomes in the world. New Zealand was a key agricultural provider for the British Empire, and the UK was by far New Zealand's main market. But in the 1970s, this all changed when the UK became part of the European Economic Community. This meant that overnight, New Zealand lost their favoured trading status with England. In response, the New Zealand government tried to stabilise the economy with subsidies for farmers.
But what we did have was guaranteed prices we'd receive for things by the government. And it got to the point that a third or more of our income was being supplied from central government. So let me tell you about what I call the skinny sheep policy, where farmers were given $1 a sheep, I think it was from memory, or 50 cents or something, and it was nuts, because the more you ran, the more money you got paid to do so. But it didn't mean that the quality you were producing was any better, or was it good for the environment, having overstocking on marginal land? No, it wasn't.
By the early 1980s, it was clear to most farmers that the subsidy program wasn't working in their best interests. In 1984, a new government was elected that dramatically reformed the economy of the country. Virtually overnight, all subsidies were removed. The farmers supported this, but only if trade restrictions were removed at the same time. This way, the cost of farm equipment would drop, and farmers would have access to world markets as well.
All subsidies for agriculture were removed. So our income dropped 30% overnight, bang.
Changes for New Zealand farmers happened fast and hit hard. Interest rates increased, property values dropped, subsidies were eliminated cold turkey. These were necessary changes, but that didn't make it any easier for farmers like Bill.
It was happening so fast that you could hardly get used to one before the next one was rolled out at you. Those were bloody tough days. You were lean, mean, but determined.
For most, the decision was clear: adapt to the new economic reality or lose the farm.
And then things started to improve. So we've done a combination of things. We've used smart genetics, we've used better management practices, the same number of ewes, same number of cows, but they're producing 30 to 50% more.
Across New Zealand, farmers who managed to hang on to their land were able to compete in the international market as never before.
Well, we didn't have a choice. New Zealand's a little wee country at the bottom of the world, and we have to compete by selling beef to the United States, lamb to Britain and Europe and China, and wool everywhere, and fruit and vegetables and everything else we do. We've got to ship it there and still sell it cheaper than what you can do it. So we have to compete. There is no way I'd ever go back to anything that's got government involvement in it. That's one thing I've learned, is that individuals, given the right incentives and the right signals from the politicians, will deliver. So let people make their own individual choices. Let them work hard, make those sacrifices to achieve the things they want for themselves, for their family, and for their communities. And that's what delivers.